Yes, I would like also ask on your concert on Sunday on title Human Voice.
The title Les Voix Humaines, it's a title from a piece, a beautiful piece by Marat Marais, which is central in the program. And also because the viola da gamba, the bass viol, was considered from all the instruments who at the best can imitate the human voice. From his softness, for his different tessitures, for the way to do the ornaments, the emotional things. And for this, the whole program is based on this idea, a presentation of the viola da gamba as an instrument, recreating all the emotion and the character of the human voice.
Yes, and are you influenced also by singing? When do you play on viola da gamba?
It's because always in all the sources from the Renaissance until the Baroque time, everybody says the viola da gamba it's the instrument who plays so close like a human voice. A bow has the same longness as a breath. The bow can make the music sad or can make music happy. The ornamentation can make the emotion, can make the different characters, and we have very things in common with the human voice. And if you remember, also to explain the specific character of the viola da gamba, Bach used the viola da gamba in few moments in his Passions. For example, in the St. John Passion, the viola da gamba plays only one time, in one aria, and this is "Es ist vollbracht," when Jesus died. Because the viola da gamba, it's the most beautiful instrument to express this moment of sadness, of really deepness and emotion, you know. It's not the violin, it's not the cello, it's not the oboe, it's not the flute, it's the viola da gamba, because the viola da gamba, it's an instrument who is very inside. It's the most intimate instrument, the most melodical, intimate instrument. And his vibrations, when you play the instrument, they are mixed in your body, and they create in you a very special sensation, you know.
Yes, and is this something specific in style when do you play Bach, for example, and when do you play French or Spain music on for viola da gamba? It is big, difficult differences.
Yes, every style has a specific difference. Mostly these differences are in the way of the sound is produced, in the ornamentation, in the style of the articulation also. We have different, and this in the quality of the sound, you know, it's very difficult today to know exactly, but we have very concrete references. For example, the French, they play always l'archer en l'air, the bow on the air when they play dance music. Means that they every sound it's pushed on the air. In the contrary, the Germans, they play the viola da gamba with the bow very close to the bridge. There's some testimonies of the time. They say the viola da gamba sounds like the voice of a ambassador, of the diplomat. A little, yeah, a voice like this. Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Lazare, because the bow is so close to the bridge, so close. Then in the concerts by Romberg, contemporary musicians from the time of Beethoven, a great cello player and a very good also composer for cello. In the score is written sometimes alla gamba, and this alla gamba, it's the same the signification of ponticello. It's when it's written alla gamba, it means play close to the bridge. Because the gamba in this time, in the end of the 18th century, to compensate the very small sound for the instrument in comparison with the violin, they had play very strong to the bridge and making more brilliant sound. But it's the opposite of the French style, where they play much softer and more resonant. You know, and also if we go to Renaissance, the difference are bigger, because then the style of the English people is different from the Italian or from the Spanish or the French.
Yes, and how often or how many times in a year you play as a solo player, and how do you combine it with other projects, with many other projects?
Last 2 years I have to 2007 I have to do 180 concerts in the year, and last year 170. From 170 I'm doing around 50 or 60 recitals, and recitals or with solo or with 2 or 1 instrument. Then I do also 50 concerts with Esperion and 50 or 40 with mix, Esperion, La Capella Real, orchestra, different things. It's very mixed. You know, this is one of the specific characters of my life. I change always the style and the things. I'm doing this program. Last weekend I have to do 2 different recitals, one alone with my percussion, another with a small group. Next Sunday I do solo viola gamba. Monday I do concert in Barcelona with my wife and Esperion. And then we go to Düsseldorf, we do the music from the time of Columbus. Then I go to Echternach and I do a Marais recital. Then I go to Baden-Baden, I do a morning concert with, again, Orient Occident, and so on.
And in 1 year so many another type of programs? Yes?
Yeah, but we do every year only 3 or 4 new programs. Programs we prepare for recordings and for specific, and the other programs are programs that we know so well. For example, we do in Halle, we do a Handel program with fireworks and water music, and this program we have recorded and played hundreds of times. Then the orchestra arrives on Friday. We rehearse Friday rehearsal with the first violin, Saturday a rehearsal with the orchestra, and Sunday we do the concert. But when I'm doing a Marais recital, I meet my musicians 3 hours before the concert. We remember a little bit rehearsal, and we do the concert. And the same we do programs with medieval also, because we know so well. One of the characteristics of my groups is they are the musicians, the old musicians. They play with me 30 years, 25 years. And the young generation less, but still it's a good fidelity. That means that when we are together musicians, we have played this program so many years together, we need not to rehearsal, but just to say, oh, remember the form is A, B, C, A, B, and remember you start and I finish, or more the questions about the organization of the concert, but not the rehearsal itself, you know. And this is also very important, because when you are already so long in doing concerts, it's very important to have in the concert the stimulation. The stimulation, it's related with the risk do you take in a concert. And when your rehearsals very, very good and very long, then you arrive in the concert a little tired, with less fresh. When you just rehearsal the strict necessary, but not too much, you have in the concert this feeling, well, I have freedom to make something for the first time. But if you have played already 2 hours before, it's not anymore first, you know.